Hello, welcome to Cinephile Entertainment. I'm the Cinephile Critic, and today I'll be reviewing this movie. You told me that she ran away. Why did you tell me that she ran away, Vicky? Searching. So Searching is directed by Anish Chaganty and stars John Choi as David Kim, Deborah Messing as Detective Rose. Now, those are the two main characters that are in this film. This film is very, very small in terms of casting. So the main story takes place between Detective Rose and Mr. Kim. So a quick synopsis about this film. David is going about his life, realizes that his daughter is missing. So what he does is he tries to get in contact with, her friends and, the teachers that teaches her extra curriculum. But he starts to find out things that he didn't assume about his daughter before. So the type of life that he thought his daughter was living, she wasn't. It's very different contrast to how she actually lives her life. And this becomes very unsettling to him because there has been some, deceit, there's been some lies, and all he wants is his daughter back. So he goes and becomes, in some ways, like what, most parents in this situation will do if their, child is gone missing. He becomes a detective in his own right, not official detective, but a parent detective, and he goes through the process in trying to locate his daughter, and that's when Detective Rose comes into the picture. First act is very trying, and when I mean it's very trying, once his daughter has been established that she is missing, this film is filmed purely through computer cameras, webcam, and phone cameras. So that's how it's filmed. It's very experimental in that way. Now, the reason why I say that the first act is very trying is because once his daughter has been established that she is missing and he's going through the process of finding her, you then have the Google on screen, you have the YouTube, you have other websites on screen. And the issue with having these websites on screen and him typing and X, Y, and Z, you don't see him typing. Just if he's going onto those websites, you will just see the website and what he's typing into it. So you won't see him, in the small corner, typing. That's not what you do. You just see the website. And what is irritating about this film is you are put in an uncomfortable position as the audience, because usually when those things happen, when you bring up Google or you bring up YouTube or MeCast or any of those applications, you are in the driver's seat. So you go how fast or how slow you want to. But when other people are doing it, they usually go slow so everyone can get what's happening. And that's the frustrating thing about it in the first act. So you see all of these sites that he goes on and it's done slow. And it's annoying. And not only that, it's uncomfortable because it's like you see Google and I automatically want to search for something, but maybe don't want to search for what the film is trying to search for. So I'm watching, I was like, oh, I could have done so. I'm watching the film and he's entering his search and I don't care. You're looking at the screen, you're seeing something that you're usually in control of and you have no control over it. Now, I understand when you are doing detective work, there's going to be a lot of slow moving parts. It's not going to be quick and all tied up as, something like CSI will have you believe. However, even though the process is not quick, it still doesn't mean that I want to see the process from start to finish. That's what the first act was like. It was, he found that she's missing. He is now going on his search. There is some breaks, as in he does communicate with other people, but it's not interesting in that particular first act. And I felt that that first act is slow. However, once you pass the treacherous first act and come into the second act, that's when it starts to become more enthralling. Much more cause for you to be concerned about the story and the characters and exactly what is happening. You start to become involved in the storyline, and have an interest in what is actually happening on screen. And I would say this is one of the few films that I've seen that as time goes on with each act, it gets better and better and better. And by the time you got to the third act, the conclusion, everything else is nice, warm, and lovely. I like the dynamic between Rose's character and David's character. It's a good juxtaposition between the two characters, and intent is different between the two characters. And I thought that was done very well, but you only get that into the second act. And in the third act, it changes. I like the change in tone, and I like the change in character as we go through the acts. When I say that the using the webcam type of filming works in this film, it gives it a sense of urgency. It gives it a sense of a countdown. So in that sense, it works. I didn't necessarily think it was the best way of filming this film. However, it's not a bad way of filming this film. And when you look at certain portions of the film, it does work using webcam. Now, the only thing is, in order to utilize webcam to its fullest extent, the characters have to be interesting. If you were just focused on Dave's character, then this film wouldn't been able to pull off what it was trying to pull off, because Dave is not an interesting character. You understand his situation, you understand his emotion, you understand the difficult position that he's standing in. But that doesn't necessarily make a compelling character. It just makes a character that has a invested interest in for something to happen, to find resolution. But what makes this film more richer is the other people that are involved in this film. And the main people is Detective Rose and David. The two balance themselves out. One balances with intrigue, the other balances it with focus and being driven in order to find a positive conclusion to his plight. Webcam footage, the way how it's filmed, is fine. It's fine. It works okay for this film, and the acting in this film is brilliant. I think the acting in this film, they pull it off over the top, and it's just right. This is why I will rate this film betwixt and between. I think it has really good points as well as bad. I think overall the film is okay. However, in order for it to be okay, you have to, get through Act 1. And if you don't have the patience, and if you don't have, the temperaments to be patient and wait for this film to get better, then you're not gonna like this film. But I felt that once it was in Act 2 and Act 3, it really started hitting its stride, and the story started to unfold. But there are good points as well as bad points in this film. You just have to weigh. And also, is this film for you? It depends. It's not going to be everyone's taste, but I felt that it was okay. I think this film is one of those films that if it comes on a streaming site, you're at home, it's one of those films that you'll probably watch. The first act is a bit tedious. However, once you pass through this first act, the second act is much better, and the third act is quite good. So that's why I say betwixt and between. That's my review for this film. Have you seen it? Have you seen any webcam footage film? Have you seen any webcam and camera phone films? And what are they, and what did you like about them, or what didn't you like about them? I would love to know your opinion. Thank you for watching my review. If you liked what I did, please subscribe down at the bottom. If you're thinking, wait, darling, wait, I'll come back and see what else you've got. Then hopefully I will see you again. And remember, until next time, keep safe. Bye.